Good morning. Meltdown, a financial tsunami engulfing some of the nation's biggest moneymakers. The storied investment bank Lehman Brothers filing for bankruptcy as it implodes. Merrill Lynch, the nation's largest brokerage firm, sold to save itself. Insurance giant AIG scrambling too. How will the markets react this morning? We're live on Wall Street. And Ike's aftermath. Rescuers racing against the clock to save thousands stranded in coastal Texas by the hurricane. At least 28 people confirmed dead. The financial toll in the billions. Millions without power. And residents in the affected areas are trying to sort through what's left today, Monday, September 15th, 2008.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on a Monday morning. I'm Matt Lauer reporting live from Galveston Island in Texas, where the aftermath of Ike is everywhere around me. And yet, even as we talk about the devastation here, we have to talk about two major storms that hit the U.S. this weekend, Ike and a storm on the financial scene. Meredith's live on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with more on that. Meredith, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Matt. Sunday, one of the worst days ever for the American financial system. Lehman Brothers, one of the nation's most respected investment banks, is nearly history today after the government refused to bail it out on Sunday. Thousands of employees now out of a job, while Merrill Lynch, the giant brokerage firm, sold itself to Bank of America in order to save its own skin. The Wall Street Journal calls this a Category 5 test of our financial levies.
Wall Street, as thousands of Lehman Brothers bankers pack their boxes.
You know, never thought it would come to this. It's just a tragedy. 25,000 employees and
Two titans in finance, century-old Merrill Lynch and 158-year-old Lehman Brothers are no more. Weekend talk started with Lehman, with regulators and sold to J.P. Morgan. Now, 3 of the top 5 Wall Street institutions are gone, belly up or sold to the highest bidder, with only Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley still standing, leaving many to wonder what will happen next and whether Americans can trust the system to keep their money safe.
And Maria joins us now along with CNBC's Jim Cramer. Good morning.
In the case of Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, that's why that money is protected. You know that the FDIC also is protecting $100,000 of your money, and then there's also insurance involved. People's money is definitely safe.
You think that Merrill Lynch is the bigger story here. Why?
I do. I think because it answers one of the no doubt questions that
packing
was
up
coming,
yesterday. CNBC's Rebecca Jarvis is at the headquarters of Lehman Brothers with more. Good morning to you, Rebecca.
Good morning, Meredith, and you expressed it exactly appropriately. A number of employees who now are starting to consider themselves former employees of Lehman Brothers have expressed shock, have expressed sadness as they've walked out of the front door of the Lehman headquarters just behind me in Midtown Manhattan. Among them, some of them suggesting that they're distressed by the fact that Lehman told them for so long that things would be okay. A handful of them distraught that Merrill Lynch is getting bought out by Bank of America. They wish they were in that position. And a number of people expressing the fact that this is really incredible has brought it to its knees. So, Meredith, obviously a lot to come. Bloomberg, the mayor of New York City, has canceled a trip to California in order to think about how to deal with this problem going forward. Back to you.
All right, Rebecca Jarvis, thank you very much. You can follow developments on the financial markets all day long on CNBC. And now let's go back to Matt in Galveston.
All right, Meredith, thank you very much. And now the aftermath of powerful Hurricane Ike, a storm which has killed 28 people nationwide. Today, you'll find searchers going through this area, places like this in Galveston Island, Texas. They'll go through Texas history.
Please, people, somebody, please help us, please.
They are the thousands who decided not to leave.
We just need help. It's everybody on this island needs help.
Evacuation orders are now stranded and on Sunday lined up to escape.
Do not come back to Galveston. You cannot live here at this time.
Over 10 feet. Nearly as big as the state of Texas itself, the hurricane cut a wide path of destruction. In Houston, about 60 miles inland, millions have been left without power.
Just completely dark.
It is critically important to get the power up and running. It's going to make it much easier.
With more on that story, we're joined now by NBC's Andrea Mitchell. Andrea, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Matt. It is getting nasty out there. The campaign getting increasingly negative as both sides hit each other with tough new ads. And now it may take a turn for the worse as outside groups, including some of the same people behind those Swift boat ads from 4 years ago, begin to launch their own attacks. Appealing to moms.
This November, with your help, we're going to shatter one glass ceiling once and for all.
Palin's record as a reformer was challenged Sunday in a New York Times investigation. The Times said she pursued vendettas, fired officials who crossed her, and sometimes blurred the line between government and personal grievance. The Times and NBC News also found evidence that her husband, Todd, plays an active role in her decision-making. Palin's home state popularity is undeniable, along with her ambition. The real Hillary campaigned in Ohio Sunday.
No way, no how, no McCain, no Palin.
Clinton pitched in as a Newsweek poll shows McCain now has a 16-point lead among white women, up from a 5-point lead before Palin joined the ticket. Ads like this one.
Legislation to teach comprehensive sex education to kindergartners.
McCain defended it on The View.
True, they're lies. And yet you, at the end of it, say, I approve these messages. Do you really approve them?
Actually, they're not lies.
Now the Obama campaign is striking back.
What's happened to John McCain? He's running the sleaziest ads ever. Truly vile. Dishonest smears that he repeats even after it's been exposed as a lie.
And mocking McCain is out of touch.
He admits he still doesn't know how to use a computer, can't send an email.
Critics of that ad say it's unfair because McCain's war injuries prevent him from typing.
Studio 1A, where Ann Curry's standing by with the headlines on what is a very busy news day. Ann, good morning to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Good morning, everybody. In the news this morning today, federal safety officials looking into last Friday's deadly train accident in California are hoping to review cell phone records. They're looking into reports that an engineer on the commuter train may have been sending text messages right
Thanks a lot, Ann. They're having a good 100th anniversary there in Chicago. Let's take a look, show you what's going on around the Gulf Coast. Rain in southern Texas, rain throughout parts of the central Gulf Coast. The good news is, as we take a look at the forecast, it's pretty dry through Galveston on into Houston. New Orleans, maybe some showers and thunderstorms today. 78 degrees. As we get into the midweek, though, it'll stay dry. Galveston, sunny skies and temperatures in the low 80s.
Well,
I believe that diplomacy should be the cornerstone of any foreign policy.
And I can see Russia from my house.
Everybody was waiting for this.
I know, and my kids, everybody around the television, it was just, she was perfect. More of our Tina Fey. Anyway, we've got much more from New York, from the Stock Exchange, and also from Galveston.